for everyone. Okay. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is our first team call for the year. We kind of started these after conference last year, so this, I guess, would be, I think, our third call. So since we started this Relentless team call, so welcome and Happy New Year. Can't believe it's 2019. It's already off to a bang. Craziness, but I'm sure and I know God has a plan, so he's going to get us through whatever the crazy is
Right.
that we face. But I was going to start with introductions of any new team members, but it looks like I think everybody on here knows everyone, so we all stayed in a room together. So I'm pretty
Yeah, we all know each other pretty well.
We know each other well.
Especially me and Susan.
Sure.
And then I just wanted to mention just a few kind of celebrations. So we did have a new qualifier after the December month, and that was Rainey. So congrats again, Rainey. It's exciting. So once we start qualifying, we want to keep qualified moving forward, and just adds that extra 5% to our paycheck. So definitely something that's motivating that way as well. Plus, we're just helping more people. So, so yay there. Does anybody else have anything to celebrate that I missed? I know we've continued to work towards, getting everyone qualified. So I think, Jess, you were qualified last month as well. So congratulations again. And I think we had Leanne qualified last month as well. So she was one of the ones that couldn't join us tonight. So congratulations to those qualifiers, and those that haven't, we'll get you there as soon as we can. So, and then just a little recap of 2018. So it was a busy year as all of us pretty much started having goals with this business or joined the business, right, in 2018. So I don't know if anybody wants to share anything about 2018 that you guys want to, I don't know, reminisce about, or just kind of recap 2018. I know for me, it was a crazy sales coordinator to senior sales coordinator in 6 months. So it was very exciting time. It's almost like, okay, now I have to go to the next level because you're just used to that. But it was a very busy year, and I thanks to all y'all to get our team there. So does anybody else want to say anything about 2018?
Well, just personally for me, it was really stressful year, but wanting to help the team get where they needed to go. And just being new to the business. I mean, I think it's just been a year, well, not even a year yet that I joined. I think it was January last year sometime. And it's been a whirlwind. And I'd have to say that this company is totally awesome. And every day I believe more and more in the company. I believe more and more in the product. Mm-hmm. I have a passion for it that has not changed. I have refocused and kind of recalibrated my goals and my approach and how I'm dealing with things in a better fashion. I think I stressed myself up. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself last year unnecessarily. No one did it to me. I did it to myself. And so now I'm kind of recalibrating all of that and how I'm approaching things. And I think one thing that has stuck to me is that, I'm not getting invested in the outcome. And, that was a biggie for me. I just thought, every time I talk to somebody, it's going to be a positive experience. They're going to be responsive and all these kind of things. And when they weren't, I was really disappointed. And so now I've got it better in my head where I'm developing relationships, and I'm really, the outcome will be whatever the outcome will be. And the focus should be, we are network marketing. We are relationship building organization. And if I keep that in my mind, and it's not about the product, but it's about building relationships, I think I'm a lot happier and I'm a lot more effective. So I learned a lot last year.
Yeah.
And more than anything, I may not have accomplished a lot. I did, became a VF, and I qualified for 4 months, and that's all good. And now I've just, I'm having a different approach, and because my happiness is real important, I want to be happy about doing this. And so, I'm just, kind of trying to refocus and I learned. I mean, last year was just such a learning curve for me, and I'm still learning because the company's putting so much stuff out there. It's just amazing. I mean, you could be a student every day, and I know, I don't work. All of you work, and I'm just a retired person. But so I have more time to do that. But there's just so much information, and I'm just educating myself so I can. And I'm sorry, I'm going on and on, but I did that Brick Appreciation Day where I had a table last week or Saturday, and I surprised myself at how much better I was at it than in November when we did it together, Sarah. Of course, I didn't have you as a crutch, but I know a lot. I could express, and really share with people about the product because I've been studying it. And I think we all have to be students. We have to know what we're talking about when we approach people. So
I agree. And I think you brought up some good points that like last year you laid a really good foundation for like knowing the business, knowing that it's more than just selling a product, that it's a relationship business. And you laid this foundation that I think is going to springboard you, and people are going to start coming, and I think that's going to springboard you into whatever God has planned, right?
Right.
So you brought up some really good points. And I really do. I think after the October conference, and maybe y'all could testify to this as well, is like I shifted a lot. And even in the summer, I kind of started this. So I think October solidified it, is shifting to, this is about building relationships. This is not about just like shoving Juice Plus down people's throats, and no matter what your goals are, like you need to have the mindset of building relationships in order to have the opportunity to share with people. And that's what, that mind shift has been, I think, key for me as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll share something too for 2018. I'm sure you guys know, just the mindset of truly taking healthy back for myself and being a product of the product, and, starting the shred lifestyle, which so many of you guys have been doing for a long time, and just me accepting that and how it truly changed my health in an incredible way. So, and it's going to result in something incredible in 2019. So I think that for me, but just besides the business, my product story was always about Levi. And now I have my own product story that I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone this next year.
That's awesome. Definitely. I think our story evolves too. That's a really good point, because our story does evolve. Our story changes, and it's good to pick up on those key things that you can share and have those kind of at the tip of your tongue to share with people that about your experience.
If I could say one more thing, last Saturday when I was at that Brick event, it was my birthday. And so I used that as a catalyst for when people would come up, just say, "Welcome to my birthday party, thanks for coming," and people, they engage them, "Oh, happy birthday," and then I, was bold. I said, "Well, I'm 69 years old today and I'm celebrating." And, so it made it fun that way to do that. And so I'm learning to be lighter about it and make it more about a part of me. This is my part of my journey, and I just kind of want to share it with folks. So it made it a lot more fun than just have you ever heard of Juice Plus? So thinking about other ways of kind of having a conversation with people is kind of what I'm learning to do. So anyway, I'll stop interrupting.
I'm proud of you, Mom. You've come a long way.
I have, and it's just like, oh my gosh, every day I go, I can't believe how much I've grown over the last year. You think when you're this age that, you've arrived, and it never stops. You can always learn and improve and develop and make new relationships with people. I'm having fun now. I'm having fun. So it's all good. So
awesome.
Anyway.
Yay.
Yeah, I'll say I've done a lot of learning and a lot of discovery about my health and just about business and learning the relationship part of things. That it doesn't happen right away, that you can go slow, and it is okay to go slow, and it's God's timing. I had something else I was going to say, but it went out of my head. Oh, the community, having the community of people support each other and how we do it, as far as learning about our own health and then having our own story and other stories to share with other people and learning how to present it.
Right.
And I'm really proud of you, Karen, for really engaging in the community, because you can be disengaged, but you've engaged, you're present, you get on team calls, you've gone to conferences, events, and you plugged yourself in. And I think that's when you get the most out of this. And I mean,
Right.
you have to prioritize it, as something that's important to you. Because number one, you should prioritize your health. And we're in this for our health as well. But then don't you want to share that with everybody else and impact their health? And so to do that, you've got to learn what the tools we have, the people, the community. You got to get engaged. You got to stay plugged in. So you've really done that. I'm really proud of you for that.
The desire behind it is the push.
Yeah.
It's your why.
Yeah.
What pushes you to do everything,
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to share? All right. I won't make anybody. All right. So goals for 2019. So I kind of came out of conference, obviously like I'm going to try to work for the next level. And probably all of us probably felt similar feelings, So, and, for me, QNMD would be wonderful for this next conference, but it's not like for me, I've turned it over to God. I think last year was a lot of the product of me pushing to get to the next level instead of trusting and working alongside God to get there. I mean, obviously we wouldn't have you, Rainey, if Jess wouldn't have said, yes, and gotten inspired. So I know God had a hand in what happened last year, and Karen, you coming to the team, Mom coming to the team, even though we didn't know what we were doing, we're just like, God had a hand in it. But I felt like we were working hard at the last minute to make things happen, which, like, you have to put effort in this business to make things happen. It's not just going to happen on its own. But I feel like for me, my word this year is trust, and really is to just trust God more and have him every day ask him, what do you have for me today? And if it happens that these people come and more people come to our team and things happen because I'm doing my team Z and I'm doing things, that's great. So I think QNMD would be great this year. Is it a must-have? No, because I just want to trust in what God's path is for this. And I'm just asking him every day to make that clear. And I know I'm in the right place. Like, so wherever that leads this year, that's where I'm going. So that's kind of my pseudo goals this year. Does anybody else want to share any goals that you have?
Well, I think for me, being realistic and whatnot is I really want to work on qualifying my business every month. I need to build up my customer base because I don't have a broad base. So that's my focus for this year. I just don't think, trying to get sales coordinator is going to be in the cards for me. And I think it's stressing me out too much. So I really want to just work on every month qualifying my business, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'd really like to hit self-qualified business. That way it can sustain itself, whether or not we're adding team, as long as we're adding, I'm adding customers. And I would love to hit POB. I would love to do that. But those are kind of my goals this year, just because I know there's a lot of other things going on personally in my life that are going to take my attention, and, they're going to be priorities. So I really wanted senior sales coordinator, but just not going to push kind of like what you're saying. Like, if it's in the cards, it's in the cards, but there's a lot of other things going on. And so I just kind of want to self-qualify that business and hopefully hit POB.
Awesome.
Cool.
Karen or Rainey, do y'all want to share anything?
Yeah, I will. My goal is kind of like what Susan was talking about, what she did this year, is kind of laying that foundation and getting that customer base built up, getting comfortable with the product. I'm still pretty new, so I'm still learning a lot. And I just like to, continue to share, build my customer base, qualify my business, and wherever that takes me, great.
Right.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, I'm with all of y'all too, and continue to learn so that I can talk to people better in this part, other than just kids, with adults, and in a business. So that's reading and doing things like that, and learning.
Right.
Well, Karen, you've already challenged yourself. You've had 2 in-home events, so give yourself some credit in your with that.
Yeah.
Good job for one, because I'm not doing them. So, and you've stepped out of your comfort zone to talk in front of those people, and I'm sure over time it's going to improve. Your communication is going to improve because you're going to get more comfortable. So, yeah. And so Karen, if you guys don't know, so Mom came to it with me, but last month had an in-home event where she did a chocolate swap kind of thing with protein balls and all that. And that was great. We had a good turnout. Mm-hmm. And then we did a Tower Garden party. She did one this past weekend because she set up her Tower Garden, which was really cool. So people can watch and see that. And then have a follow-up one in March when she has everything planted and it's growing and can start harvesting things. So that's really been one of my goals this year, is to get like once a quarter in-home event like scheduled. And goodness gracious, it's a hard thing to do. But people that are growing their business are doing in-home events and building what I've been coached with from Christine April, who's like our, grandmother of kind of part of our grandmother team of our upline team, is to build a community where you live, build a community of people. And to do that, you've got to have face-to-face events. I think for us, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think for us, we've almost overutilized Zoom calls, that it's like now it's hard to get people to come. I don't know what it is about it. And maybe it's the demographics of people we're inviting, or people just aren't taking to it well. I've had more luck with just one-on-one outreach to people than the Zoom events. But I feel like having Zoom events and things to invite into are good. Because if you just get one person on, it's great. But I don't know, just kind of transitioning into ideas for like events. I still want to have things on calendar, but maybe continuing, I don't know if we want to continue to just do the shred Zoom call and see what happens with that, and do the prize drawing. Seems to draw some people, but maybe just keep it to our team, because I feel like, not to be selfish, but like I feel like when other teams are inviting people in, their people are coming and ours aren't, and so the prizes and things like that. So I don't know, I'm talking out loud, so feel free to shed any ideas you have.
Yeah, well, I think we need to do. Well, I think we should do a Facebook event again. I think those are pretty good. And, maybe once a month. Maybe it's on Shred. I think Shred is it's a great one, and I think you can build a business off of that, because it's the whole enchilada. I mean, in terms of health, for people, and there's so much to be said about it and shared. So. Maybe we think about once a month doing either a Shred Zoom or a Shred Facebook event, and just inviting in and just kind of keeping it private. I like the Facebook kind of thing. Leanne, who I wish was on the call, she's done a couple of those to kind of help facilitate this. She's pretty good at that. Maybe she'd be, interested in being our, the big kahuna on that, or whatever. And, we can all, do the live videos and post them, because I don't know. I think people like seeing that, and they can see it at their leisure as long as they accept, the invitation. So
Plus, doing some live videos in it is really good too, to hear people's stories. And yeah, Leanne is expert at how sprinkling those in, and like she sets up a Facebook event in advance, and then like daily or a couple times a day before, leading into the actual evening where you're going to share the content. She has people do live videos. I really like that concept. That's good to get back to Facebook events, because I kind of fell out of my radar a little bit. So yeah, let's schedule one. We could do one this month. I am like, maybe, so let's see, when would the next shred be? Does somebody have
it's February 4th through the 13th.
Okay, so the week before.
Well, that's, Jesse's gone. I'm babysitting. I'm in Oklahoma watching Levi. Jesse's traveling, and so's Rainey. You guys going to Houston that January 28th, right? Right, Jess? Yeah.
What if we did like the actual, what if we would, so the Sunday before you guys leaving probably wouldn't work to do the event, because it's just an hour, the actual shred posting, which I can post the stuff like Sunday the 27th, but we have like people do live videos starting maybe the 24th. Would that work? Or is that too much the week before you guys go out of town? I mean,
I could probably swing it. I don't know about the, Jesse and Rainey, if they're interested in participating at the time.
I mean, yeah, that should be fine. I just think if we want, see if we can get Leanne's help, probably need to check with her first.
Yeah. I was just trying to propose some dates, because that would line up with, if you did the shred on the 27th, like that Sunday evening, and you did the actual content that evening, then you'd have a week to order, that first part of the week to get orders in.
So would it be a Zoom shred thing, and you're building it up through Facebook, or?
No, just a Facebook total event.
Oh, okay.
So, all those postings that you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Actually, when I did that shred event, I think I created all the postings, so I have it all.
Yeah, I think you did that early on. Didn't we do that early on?
We did one in November or October, one of the two.
Okay. Yeah, well, that sounds reasonable, and then you can give us, or whoever scheduled it, give us a time slot for when we go on and tell our story.
Yeah.
Or share something, or whatever it is you want us to do about the shred.
Okay. Would it be okay to play a game, to maybe get them interested in, and then play a game during that Facebook thing? Any of those days?
Yeah, we can definitely sprinkle things in there.
Yeah.
Would the game
make it fun too?
Yeah. Would the game have like a prize of some sort, or is it just to get people?
It could. I mean, we can come up with something, but if we say that there's a game, in with it, maybe that'll be enticing too. We can make it along the lines of food, or just a fun game.
Okay.
Maybe a bingo or something like that.
May turn that over to you, because you sound creative about that.
Well, from doing my other ones.
Yeah.
Having and searching Pinterest a lot.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then we can do a prize drawing on people that comment and such, and put their name into a hat or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So do we want to do that this month, and then do another, like do the same thing depending on how it goes, maybe in February? I wanted to get some things in February on the books, because February is a short month and it kind of comes and goes fast.
Yeah. I think let's shoot. I think the shreds, this is the way to go right now, because everybody's kind of focusing on health right now this first quarter.
Yeah.
So I think we do a couple of these, for February, and we do one close to the March. Yeah, the March one is March 4th through the 13th, the same as the February one.
Okay, so we could probably do February 21st, like through the 24th. So we we can set it up and have live videos the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, prize, or do some games, and then the 24th, that Sunday. Like Sunday evening is pretty good. People are winding down.
Sure.
You can capture people. Anybody?
Yeah,
Would it be okay to ask one of the people that attend the Shred 10 of our Facebook event if they would share their results at the end or something like that? Somebody new?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
We can just
Actually have
ask them.
Yeah, I have some new people this month, and if they they like it and get results, I guess we can invite them to try to share maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's good to get people that aren't doing the business to come share their experience, because then they
Right.
get like sharing. It's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let me make a note of that. Invite people to share. Okay. Does anybody have any ideas for any other events? Should we just kind of stick with these 2 Facebook events? And
Well, if you're reporting on events, I mean, I'm doing another wellness. Crowley's having their wellness thing on January 26th. I'm doing a table there, but it's just me. But I don't know if you're having to report this enough anybody. But
no, I'm not reporting it. It's just
okay.
things on calendar. I think vendor events are great. I mean, I haven't been like super savvy at them, but Karen is, so she got me plugged into a bunch this past fall, and then doing that one with you as well, Mom. Like, it's just a great place to get new contacts.
Well, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't resulted in a lot of new customers or anything, but I think it gives you exposure out, and who knows, you connect with somebody who knows somebody or whatever. So I'm, all those names that I got at that November event, and then last week I'm putting it into Teamsy. So, they'll be coming up that I've already followed up with everybody, but now we'll just continue to share and develop a relationship with them. So
Yeah, exactly. So I would say, like, if you guys have opportunity to do vendor events in your area, to capitalize on those. They're not that hard, and we actually have all the things, the resources, like the table cover, everything, amongst Mom and I and Karen. We have a bunch of stuff. So.
Yeah, kind of getting it down to what you really need to have there and what you don't. I think the first time I had way too many things out there distracting to people, and you kind of learn that to not have all that distraction and focus on a few things.
More, so. For sure. I think it's good to have some sort of sample, for sure. It draws people in, and then definitely like a drawing so that you can get people's name and numbers. Those are the things.
Well, I did the shake, so they got a sample of the shakes, and then I did a drawing. Well, not a drawing, but if they give me the information, then I'll send them the link to the free e-cookbook, which is now all together. It's like all 4 of them together.
Oh yeah.
And that was a draw. I mean, I ended up with about 25, names on that. So I've already sent them out the link to that. And then they get access to everything on the website too, because there's a link to the Healthy Living Revolution website, and a lot of resources. You kind of try to build that up in the follow-up, that now they have all this free resources, compliments of Juice Plus to review and take advantage of. And so we'll see. I've had a few people actually respond back, so I'm more positive than I think I was the first time I did it. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, get more comfortable with it.
Yeah, vendor events are really good. So, and it's just a nice way to get an event in and tell people, hey, come see me. I'm going to be here at this time.
Right.
So, all right. Well, I think that's good to have those 2 Facebook events. I think those are good. I'm sure our broader team will do some things too, so we can build into those as they share those. And so I want to be conscientious of time, but I had a couple more things just to talk about, so bear with me. So just the upcoming live events, just want to make sure everybody is aware of the opportunities. So obviously the Texas Summit, the Dallas Summit is this weekend, starting tomorrow and Saturday. I know Mom and Jess and I will be there. And then there's also Branson Boot Camp. That's 2 weekends from now. that's still, available to attend. I know I last I heard they're not sold out yet. And then, of course, the Juice Plus Live in Sacramento, which is April 11th through the 13th. So we have 3 rooms as of now already reserved. So invite people. We're going to be there for sure. I know Karen said she's for sure going to be there. And Mom and Jess and I will be there. And that is, again, April 11th through the 13th in Sacramento. And then we also have all those a bunch of us have extra conference tickets too. So don't forget that you can get, if you get a new HLP this month, they can get a conference ticket as well. And you get $100 bonus off of them as well when they hit the HLP. So don't forget about that thing this month. So if there's anybody that seems that they potentially would be interested in the business, that's another way. And then you can invite them to come with us to Sacramento too. So, because they'll have a conference ticket.
Right.
Those are all the events that are kind of like in the first half of the year. So we can talk about the other ones later. And then TeamZ was the last thing I wanted to talk about. And I just wanted to share a quick story about TeamZ today. I've really embraced TeamZ over the last month. Took a little break over the holidays from it, but I've gotten back into it, and I do it Monday through Friday. And it makes me happy. It's like my happy place. It's like a place that's so organized, and you just go there and it tells you what to do and you just do it. And then it's got this little dashboard and it marks it off when you do it. And you're like, yay, I accomplished something today. For people that like to mark things off a to-do list, it's just like very gratifying, satisfying. But a story today is that somebody came up on my TeamZ list, like in the prospect section, that I hadn't thought about in forever. Facebook friend. So it was pulled in from Facebook. And I went to college with her, and I just sent her a little note and said, hey, how are you? How's life? I haven't talked to you in forever. And she just came back and was started telling me everything about her. And she just got diagnosed with breast cancer last year and had a lumpectomy and told me radiation, and she's recovering from that. And she just got diagnosed with Hashimoto's disorder and like all this health stuff. And I was like, okay, first of all, the fact that she came up on my list in TeamZ, and that she actually responded to me, and she has all these health issues, like that was divine intervention. If you there's no other way to put that. Yeah. And I'm still talking with her. I did pose a question if you've ever heard of the Juice Plus company. And I told her, I was like, I really feel like, my head is spinning because I feel like God really told me he put your name there for me to reach out to today. I just thought of you today to reach out. And that's crazy. I mean, it may not amount to anything, but how cool is that? And TeamZ did part of that, right? On top of, I feel like divine intervention as well. So TeamZ is awesome. I mean, I would have probably never, I haven't talked to her since college, and I probably would have never just reached out to her randomly like I did. So, embrace it. I really want to duplicate that. That's one of my big goals for this year, is to get everyone on TeamZ and using it, because I'm telling you, it is worth it. Does anybody else want to share anything about TeamZ or your thoughts?
I do, because I have been a major procrastinator. I had to study it, and I was saying, I don't know if I need this, but yesterday I finally signed up. And it was so easy to download the Facebook, just amazing, easy. And just the whole thing, it's all there. And so I set up my goals, and, you have to set up your goals, and you have the flexibility. I don't have, hardly any distributors. So in terms of contacting distributors, that's going to be really hard, but mine is building more customer base. But it's just been really interesting, is that 2 days in a row, I've gone out since I set it up, and I've contacted people, and I've heard back from a gal today who was in Colorado. Now she's up in Alaska, and we had this long Facebook Messenger conversation going back and forth. I was just checking on her, and I heard all about what she's been up to, and it was just reuniting, kind of re-engaging in a relationship. And I was shocked that anybody responded, because maybe people don't. But it is. I like the way it's all going to be in there. I still have a lot of contacts to put in. you know, because I'll have to do those separately, but it's interesting. And, you know, I did I'm doing the videos. I'm learning more about relationship marketing, because you really need, it's not just this application, it's the whole concept of relationship marketing that we need to embrace. And this is a tool, and all the scripts that they give you that you can modify, but just ways to talk to people that I thought, well, I would have never said that. I would have never thought of that. And that's an interesting way to engage somebody in a conversation. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't have a lot of output from it, but it's interesting. And I'm kind of feeling that I'm engaged now, because I will have something to do every single day to contact people. And that's what it's all about, you know, building relationships. So,
And I like the fact that you can add on there what you talked about with that person. So when you go back on it, you're like, oh yeah, that's what we talked about. And you don't cross into, oh no, I talked to you about something else. You know, you keep it organized to where you remember what you said the last time. So when you do recontact or go back to them, you know what you had said and what you need to say, you know, what's next.
Yeah, because I think before, when I was contacting people, it's mainly to invite them to events, you know, or ask them, can I send you a video or something? And and this gives you an opportunity to, you know, not even get to that point, just to start seeing how they are, seeing what they're up to, and learning more about them, which is, it's fascinating. And I don't feel the pressure that I have to share. And I'm going to trust that you know, they've researched this, they've used this tool, and that if you keep working it, that people will come, and that you will be able to build your customer base. I'm going to believe that, and I think you just have to put the work in, you know, Monday through Friday. If that's, you know, if that's your work week, then that's what you do, and it doesn't take very long to do it. You can do. I got it on my phone now, so I can do it on my phone. I can do it on my computer and my iPad. It's pretty convenient. And now this is just 2 days worth. I know I'm going off the deep end, but I was a holdout. I thought, I don't want to spend $20 a month. I know I'm getting it free this month. Is this really going to be worth it? Yeah. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be in this business, I mean, if you're going to be in this business, you have to embrace the tools that they're going to put in front of you. If not, you know, you ought to just kind of, you know, maybe it's not for you, but if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to put the effort into it. And so far, so good. It's been interesting. Again, I'm learning. Oh my gosh, I'm learning. I love it. You know, I love learning new things. And I go, oh, this is great. I would have never thought of that. So check it out if you haven't done. I know Karen's done it, and I think Jess, did you download it too? So you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I found it interesting, so I'm going to give it a shot. Anyway. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. You're like the Team D, like Vanna White or something.
I know, crazy.
I love it. I love your enthusiasm, Mom. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud.
It's fun. I want to have fun. Yeah, I want to have fun. I don't want to make this work. It should be fun. Yeah.
Well, I sent Sarah a text yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm friends with Teamzy on Facebook, and somebody put on there yesterday that she got to say that doing all the connects for the day is more fun than closing circles on an Apple Watch. So I thought that was pretty funny, and I sent it to Sarah. I don't know if you saw it, but that's funny. Talking about Teamzy being fun.
Yeah, I saw it this morning. It was funny. It is. It's like so gratifying. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I did mine yesterday. I was traveling, but I did it like in between appointments, like just because it's on your phone, you do it anywhere. And actually, it's easier on your device, because what I do is, like, when I text someone or Facebook message someone, I just copy exactly what I sent them and put it into their, like, into the you know, the little box, and then put the follow up on there, or if I invited them to something, put that, and then done. Check. It's like so great.
I do have a question. Any of you that use Teamzy, do you have to use a desktop, or can you use a laptop to transfer multiples at once?
A laptop is kind of the same thing as a desktop. What do you mean? Like, you can use any computer.
Well, I've tried downloading like completing your Whys, it says I need to be on a desktop. But to transfer like Facebook, all of the Facebook names or whatever, can you use a laptop or do you have
Yeah,
to?
that's what I did. I have a laptop. I don't have a desktop. I did everything on my laptop.
Yeah.
You can download. They say you have to be on a computer to download from Facebook. You can't do it on one of your devices. You have to use. I'm
Right.
trying to see if we can do the same with LinkedIn, and that's the next step I want to see.
You
If I
can.
can call. You can.
Yeah. Call them. They can help.
I'm going to call them because I have a lot of contacts on LinkedIn from all those years that I worked that I would really like to get in.
What they say, because I want to do my LinkedIn too. I haven't done that.
Yeah, I'm going to call them, or when I have time, because I got to prioritize and I want to get people and make good contacts, but I want to add all my LinkedIn, because I probably have more people on LinkedIn than I do on Facebook, to be honest with you.
Well, and that's a good point about the prioritizing the people. Like, you don't have to do it all up front. Like,
Right.
they said you can do it as you go, because people will pop up. Everybody will be a 3 when you get in there. There's
Right.
5 stars. Everyone's right in the middle, so they'll pop up. And then, but just so you know, there can be duplications of people, because when you pull in your Juice Plus customers or distributors or whatever, and you pull in Facebook, well, some of them are gonna duplicate. You have to go delete them, and then also some of your Facebook friends are distributors, so you're gonna need to delete those. So just be aware when they're coming up to make sure they're not in there twice.
Right.
Start documenting on one thing and then be like, oh gosh, and they come up again. You're like, wait, I just talked to them. You'll have to delete one. So if you don't do that up front, like clean it up, you'll have to make sure you're doing that along the way.
Well, I didn't have I don't have a lot of customers, and I have one distributor, so I didn't really have a problem making that getting that straight right away.
Yeah, but you're friends with tons of distributors, Juice Plus distributors.
Oh, I know, but I went through them, and I already got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept you on there. I kept Jesse. I kept a couple of you because, we can share stuff. I think there's a way, if there's ever a need to want to do that.
Yeah.
I kept Jill on there. I think you and Jill and stuff. But yeah. It's fun. It's kind of interesting, something to do. I know I have more time, so you guys don't. But give it a try. I'm encouraged by it. I'm feeling encouraged by it.
By the company is like ridiculously awesome. Like the maker of the app, of the application, the software, like he will get on the phone with you. Like I think Jill said, or Mary, or one of the two said he spent like 30 minutes with them, or an hour or something.
Yeah.
To get things lined out. So
well, there's a lot of resources. There's also a Facebook Juice Plus Teamsy Facebook page. There's also a Teamsy Facebook page, and I'm on both of them. And I looked at them. There's some good stuff in there. When people are asking questions, you go, "Oh, okay. Well, that's probably something I needed to know." So.
And he'll email you. You'll start getting tons of emails from him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One a week at least.
Yeah.
Education.
Yeah. I know it's getting late. Everybody needs to go to bed, so I'll shut up.
Mom is like excited tonight.
I'm on fire.
You got Rainy? Yes.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yay. What do you think about it?
I like it. I like the organization, like you were saying, having everything in one place, and it kind of tells you what to do and prompts you, and that really helps and makes things super easy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Oh, you guys are like amazing.
We got everybody. We're all 5 on it. What a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any closing remarks or thoughts or anything?
I think Mom said it all.
Sorry.
I
No,
did
I
have a
love
thought
it. I
pop
love
in my mind. Next month is National Heart Month, isn't it?
February.
Heart,
Could be, yeah.
yeah, February. Has there been anything done on just the omegas? So maybe we can get omega people on there that maybe are on fish oil, switch them to omegas.
Mom, maybe you can do a search and see if there's anything educational for omegas. Like if we could do a Zoom on omegas, if there's any presentations yet they've made, or something we could do on Facebook that's on omegas that's already been done. Because a lot of people share stuff. Maybe even CampbellTeam.net has something.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's
That's probably good. Yeah, because it is, Valentine's Day. month. So usually it is a heart month.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing. Yeah.
Okay. That would be good. We could set up some sort of event around that. Or at least.
Well, that's another good one. I know I'm belaboring everything, but we ought to look at each month and see what's key about that month. Is there a key theme or something? Now, I know Juice Plus has a lot of resources. I'm not trying to duplicate stuff, but, is there some key theme that we could all collaborate around or something? Like Karen just said, heart month next month. I don't know. Maybe it's not
That's
every
the
month.
teacher in me coming out.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. No.
Because there's so much stuff, and it's kind of, what do you put out there? If we collaborated on things or helped each other out, maybe it'd be easier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a thought,
Definitely. Definitely.
Spring could be the Tower Garden.
Yeah. Yeah. Spring Tower Garden for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great ideas. Okay, so I have this recorded, so I'll share it in our Relentless group, and then we'll try to get those events scheduled and confirm with our other teammates to see if anybody else wants to join in. So thank you, ladies, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.